Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is day 2, Carolyn and Joe Show. It's Podcember. 31 days of podcasting, a new podcast every single day. We are actually doing this. We're doing this. Just so you know, my name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're here. We are here. We're going to freaking talk your head off. Another podcast, day number 2. Just so you guys know, my name is Joe Carabeo. I'm a filmmaker, photographer, a writer, and I'm definitely today a podcaster. And across from me, in the studio, in the Astray Productions studio, again, one of the brightest minds, insanest memories. I don't know. She's one of the most creative people I've ever met is Carolyn Belefski. How you doing, Carolyn?
Doing pretty well.
We're actually doing this. We have a logo. People on Instagram right now who, if they have a question, they can ask us there. On Instagram, they can see the Podcember logo in the background right behind our
so
view meter
cool.
bars.
That's awesome.
Podcember, 31 days of podcasting.
I like that. I like how we're branding this.
We might as well just own it. So I challenge anyone, really, if you're listening to us on Instagram or however you want to, if you have a question, we need questions. We need stuff to answer. So ask us anything. we'll definitely do this thing live. But Carolyn, we have an appearance tomorrow, don't we?
We do. It's actually today. December 2nd, 2017. It's our last show of the year. We're going to be at McKay Used Books in Manassas, Virginia. And this place is pretty rad. I mean, did you discover a lot of stuff the last 2 times we've been there?
I guess.
I know you got Swamp Thing.
I bought some Swamp Thing books because I'm an Alan Moore fan. So, and Swamp Thing was pretty amazing when I read the trade paperback number 2. So you had to get those deals. You got to get those savings.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to discover. But not only that, I mean, we're as local authors. It's us, Sean Cosley, and his friend Julian are going to be exhibiting comics all day from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So come on to McKay's today. If you need something to do, it's a Saturday. Come on out and say hi to us live in person. We're not going to be recording the podcast there, but we will be able to talk to you and chat for a bit, and you guys can check out our comics.
We might have podcast ideas. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's always a good time at McKay's. And also the other cool thing that you guys can do since you're there is if you happen to have some books that you don't need anymore, or records, movies, music, CDs, cassettes, I think check their website to see what they accept. But you can actually trade them in for store credit, or they can cut you a check. So that's pretty cool if you need to start getting rid of stuff, or if you want to trade stuff.
Absolutely. And also the intro song that you heard is Run by Monday Mistress. Go to mondaymistress.com, buy that, put some money in our pockets. But definitely I love that song. I wrote it. So but still it's still super amazing. So yeah, Podcember. We're doing this. I don't know if anyone else is. But
speaking of
that's
that,
how we do it,
because it's our challenge for ourselves. But I do want to throw it out there again for the second day. Is if you happen to have a podcast, or if you have never had a podcast before and you want to start it.
Yeah.
I know it's December 2nd. Don't feel bad that you missed December 1st.
Just catch up somehow.
Yeah, just do 2 in one day or something. I don't know. You can figure it out. But I'm saying now's the time. Challenge yourself to do a podcast every day for a whole month. We're trying it out. We'll see how it goes.
But the thing is
and it's a good challenge. And I'm just throwing it out there. If anyone else wants to do it, just use #Podcember.
Sure. Yeah, but the challenge is always the fact of okay, now we gotta talk about something every single day. We had a radio show, but it's almost this is almost in a way a blessing, because I've always wanted to have that. I've always respected that those guys have to go in there and they gotta talk every single day. I don't know, from 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they, until I don't know when they leave.
Some of those shows start at 4 a.m.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
And they probably have to get there early for show prep.
Get there pretty early. So what do you feel like talking about?
Okay, well, I do. Speaking of music and your band, Monday Mistress. Okay, my favorite band. I don't know.
It's not my band. It's the band's band.
Well,
whatever,
it's a band
whatever,
that you are a part of.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, since you were playing song off that album, well, okay, so my favorite band just teased that they're releasing Christmas albums. So I was like, oh my god, it's I happen to like Christmas music. I'm one of those people that start listening to Christmas music early.
Yeah.
If anything, I will listen to Christmas music at any time. It doesn't matter what month it is. I will listen. But I'm not one of those people that's it's on when I'm in February or something.
Yeah.
But if it happens to be on, I will listen. But I mean, I'm not like super crazy like every single month of the year. But anyway,
I can't do that. I'm not. I gotta savor it.
Just saying, I do like Christmas music.
Yeah.
And at one time, there was a Santa FM in Richmond, and I was listening to that like in odd months where it should probably never have been on. But anyway, so I'm really excited that Good Charlotte, my favorite band, is recording Christmas music. So I just want to I saw this today.
Good Charlotte, their voices sound good with the Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, this is the teaser because I'm in.
Does that get you into the holiday spirit? Because it's December 1st, it was December 2nd when the show comes out. I've been lacking the holiday spirit. So
but you still did you get into it when you hear that 10 seconds or whatever it is of?
It reminds me of how the holiday spirit feels.
I'm like, dude, I was seriously like when I am at a Good Charlotte show, I turn into like a Care Bear, and then my heart just like explodes out of my chest. Like I'm just like, Care Bear stare. Like I'm like, this is the happiest ever. That's what I turn into. But I will say, like this morning when I heard that, I was like, what?
Were you expecting that?
I didn't know that they were gonna have a Christmas album.
I mean, neither did I. I would actually never think that Good Charlotte would have a Christmas album.
Well, that's what's even awesomer about it.
I don't like She and Him sounds great for a Christmas album. Who else does Christmas album? Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé. Well, he's actually in like semi-retirement.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's a voice that's like, oh, that's a perfect Christmas album.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mariah Carey, classic Christmas album. But like I would never be like, oh, Good Charlotte's gonna do a Christmas album.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't count. That's not. It feels strange thinking about it, but when I heard it, I was like, wow, that's actually perfect.
It's so perfect.
I guess it's perfect. It sounds great.
And
to me, it sounds great. It sounds classic.
I guess they're like also starting up their like fan club, which is funny because
did they have a fan club before?
That's what I don't know, man. Because I went to like sign up because I guess if you do like they have different levels. They have a free membership, which is really cool that they even offer like just basic.
Yeah.
And then they have like another level which is $10 a year, still pretty affordable. And at the $10 a year mark, you can get download of the Christmas album when it comes out, like I guess in a few days.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man, I'm gonna sign up for the fan club. And then like when I went to like put in my email and stuff, they were like, you're already signed up. I was like, oh, I didn't even know I was like a part of it. But I still
sort
feel
of unique because we have like for the Podcember 31 Days of Podcasting logo that you created. You sort of used the Good Charlotte colors.
I did?
Isn't that what it is? It's
is that subliminal?
Is it like sort of green, black, and white?
Well,
isn't that what the Lifestyles color?
I did not sample from their color palette, but I picked the green because of December. And it's like a lime green because I wanted it to be like a little... I didn't want it to look Christmassy, but I wanted it to like represent December somehow.
Christmassy has a little more force to it, right? This is almost like a Nickelodeon slime. Like green, isn't it?
I guess so. I actually literally picked it from the palette and I adjusted it a little bit. Like 10%. I added like 10% more green instead of yellow.
I think you've been having a pretty good already couple of good weeks of Good Charlotte because you found out that they're playing at the Fairfax Fair too.
I know. I was like so amazed.
For people who don't know what the Fairfax Fair is, you go ahead and tell them what that is.
Yeah, it's I guess Fairfax, Virginia, every year it's like a county fair pretty much, Like they have rides and cotton candy and funnel cakes and stuff like that. And then they have a band perform on the stage. And I have seen a lot of acts there. Like the last time, I haven't really been in a while, but I think the last time I might have been maybe like 4 years ago. I think we saw Spin Doctors and we had free tickets. And
I had a horrible experience with that.
And it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, I have to see Spin Doctors. It was more of like,
you're like, oh yeah.
It was more like, I'm not doing anything today. I'll check out the Fairfax
I'll check
Fair.
out the Spin Doctors.
And I have really good fond times, like good memories of high school going to the fair with my friends. It's like one of those times where like when you're in high school and like, not like you're doing anything bad or anything, but it's just like your parents aren't there and you can just hang out with your friends and go to the fair, Like, we never got into any trouble or anything. If anything, like, we were humanitarians because, like, we volunteered to be at the fair and, like, get in for free and get a shirt and stuff. So we actually put in volunteer time me and my friends, because I remember we were doing like kids arts and crafts and like teaching kids how to like paint something.
Yeah.
So if anything, we were like, it's not like we were like running amok, but it's just like good memories with your friends and like just having fun and all that, and without parental supervision. Again, we didn't do anything horrible, but yeah, it was. And then also I saw a long time ago. It was really long ago. I still have my ticket. I think it was. I'm gonna say 1998 or 97. I can't remember, but I saw Brian White there before he got. I guess it was like around the time that he was kind of big, or like before he got super big. But yeah, he was like one of the opening acts or something. So it was cool to like. And I was a big Brian White fan back then, so it was like almost at the height of that. So, and it's like, whoa, he's playing Fairfax Fair, and it's cool because it's Northern Virginia. You know, it's almost like all these things are coming to me now. Because even it's funny because the other thing that's like coming around in Northern Virginia is Nova Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
like they're having an event. I think it's on the 27th.
27th, 28th, what are the last Thursday?
It's like a Thursday night, which is so weird. But they're doing an independent wrestling show, and it's
well, that's like, what they are.
Well, yeah, but it's at Annandale Fire Department.
Yeah,
and freaking Jimmy Jacobs is gonna be there, he's my favorite indie wrestler. And it's almost like I'm joking with myself because I'm like, wow, everything I like really love is just like coming to me.
It's just coming.
Like I'm like, it's like I don't have to go anywhere. I'm just like, I'll just stay here. So you have good Charlotte, bring it to Northern Virginia.
Good Charlotte's coming to Fairfax Fair, and then Jimmy Jacobs is coming to Nova Pro.
Yes.
At the end of there, it's like a lot of good stuff is happening.
Yeah,
I guess a lot of good. I guess a lot of your favorite guys are coming in.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I guess you know you hear about. I don't know what the exact term is for it, but like if you put it out there, like it's out there, and then like the universe brings it to you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what it is. Like I'll just tell people like, oh, I love Good Charlotte, and then everyone's like, here. This is all this cool Good Charlotte stuff, and here's their Christmas album, and they're coming to you. Like, and I'm like, yes.
Take the opportunity and see them.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Like, I am so excited.
I mean, you've seen Good Charlotte at several situations already too. Like,
I've probably seen them more than anyone else.
You've seen them in every type of situation. I feel like secret shows. You've seen
before they were signed.
Before, yeah, you've seen them through the whole entire history. You've met them all before too.
Yeah, I feel like. It's kind of, yeah, it's amazing. Like seen every incarnation.
I enjoy Good Charlotte's music a whole lot. Actually, I mean, this not even gonna say actually, but like I think they're actually pretty good. No, they put on a good show. Those are two good frontmen. They have good energy out there. You know, it's sort of tough because like when you're trying to relate towards like, okay, what type of music do you like? People always have a tendency to like. You're trying to be, when it comes to music, people are always trying to be cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like I always gravitate towards, I guess, like honest music.
Yeah. And
they always seem like whenever they wrote a song, at least at whatever point in the time of their life, it's coming from an honest place. And then they have their own attitude towards it. I mean, maybe it's, for some people, it's a little melodic or it's a little too catchy, but I don't think that's a problem for me.
For some people, like they argue that like their big breakthrough hit was the Lifestyles of Rich and Famous, and then they're like, well, look, now they're rich and famous.
But like
it's like at one time they weren't.
But I remember like before Lifestyles, like Motivation Proclamation, I thought was an awesome song. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That to me was actually Motivation Proclamation. I was like, okay, I can get down with these guys. You know, and then I saw them at the HF Festival. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, even like seeing them at HF Festival, that's like a whole incarnation too.
Yeah, exactly.
Song. Man, I have seen them in every possible way.
Except for like probably a radio show acoustic.
You know what I did not see though? You know what I have not seen?
What's that?
Just the Madden Brothers perform, because I missed
that. But that's not Good Charlotte. That's not Good Charlotte.
It's not Good Charlotte, but it's part of the history that I did miss that show that they were at 9:30 Club.
What's a Madden Brothers song? Yeah. I don't know how the lyrics go though. I forgot how it was.
That actually is a good album, but I don't listen to it enough to like have it all memorized. Like I bought it, I listened to it for, you're listening to your new album that you buy through a few times, and then I've moved on with my life. But I didn't get to a point where like I memorized everything.
To me, that Madden Brothers album, it suffered. I don't know if it suffered, but like it has like the 4-song syndrome. Like the first 4 songs, I'm like, okay, these are awesome, and then like everything else just trails away. like there's a lot of albums where like wow, the first 4 are really strong, but then I can't remember like the rest of them. Like there's a whole bunch of albums that I've heard. I mean, even like the new Foo Fighters ones, it's great, but like the first 4, I'm like, okay, that's it right there.
Are you talking about like which album are you talking about? The Greetings from California or the one that they did with like other
Greetings from
duets?
California. And the mixed duet mixtape one. That one too. That one also had the first 4 songs, the first 4 strong songs.
You know, I should revisit the Greetings from California album because I do just want to re-listen to it and gather my thoughts about it. Because I haven't listened to it in a while, and I
haven't listened to it in a long ass time.
Yeah. But that was, I guess, like I know that that's technically not Good Charlotte as a full band, but
it's not though, right?
Yeah, it's not. But I did miss their.
You need Billy, you need Paul, you need Dean, and that's
you need them all.
You need that. That's the band right there.
You gotta catch them all.
You need all those, and that's not Good Charlotte.
You know what though? And I have pictures with all of them except Dean.
I don't know where Dean is though. I don't know if I've never seen him come out.
I have never seen him come out after a show either.
I remember we met we met Benji because you were looking to meet Benji. You met Benji outside 930 Club after the show.
Yes.
And he was like, and you're like, "Hi, I'm Carolyn. Hey, I'm Benji."
And I was like, "I know, but thank you for it was like actually I thought that was kind of cool cuz like he probably doesn't get people like saying like, "Hi, I'm so and so."
And yet that's like
but
the
then
proper
he's like,
thing.
"Hi, but yeah, it's like the proper thing to say, like, "Hey, I'm Benji." But in my head, I'm like, "I know."
I think there's been so many situations like that where I feel like I've noticed people, or I've suffered from it too, where like I don't really introduce my name.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's someone I'm trying to like, like there's so many times where you come up to somebody, it's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you never say your name.
But you should.
You should say your name, yeah.
Like whenever
it
that's
makes
like
sense
it's a common sense whenever you meet somebody. Like it depends. Like if it's like one of those fast things where it's like
hey, how's it going?
It's like a McDonald's order. Like how people meet celebrities like at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
It's literally like a drive-through window. Like when you're ordering a burger, you're not like, "Hi, I'm Joe. I'd like a hamburger." It's that's not. But that's how meeting one of those people is.
Well, you're not like meeting people at that point.
But I guess like I don't know. In that situation, for some reason, I wanted to like say, "Hi, I'm Carolyn, blah, blah, blah." Like, and I talked to him. But it was funny because he's just like, the natural reaction, like, after I introduce myself is he's like, "Oh, I'm Benji." "Hey, I'm Benji." It's like, I don't know. It's funny, though, because it's like, obviously.
I think for me, mentally, like, ever since...
That was a cool moment.
Ever since realizing that I should say my name, that I should, I've been doing that consciously, at least as more in sort of like serious situations.
Yeah.
Like say like if I call up like the cable company, or if I call up like anyone that really needs to know, or really I'm just trying to, I feel like if I say my name to start with, it seems more like
official.
I'm more official, or I'm more important.
Because
this is Joe Carabeo and I'm trying to speak to this person. Like it shows that I'm not hiding, that like, hey, Joe is looking for you.
But also on top of it, if you go around being like total like anonymous,
yeah,
like no one's gonna care about you. Like they're, if you need like, "Oh, hey, I'm calling the cable company, something's wrong with my bill."
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna be like, "Oh, somebody's wrong with his bill." But then it's like, "Oh, this guy named Joe, something's wrong with his bill." At least it puts like a name to the voice.
Yeah, and I like that idea of like, for me, I guess my survival of being a freelancer or any type of artist is getting my name out there, and I can't really hide. I shouldn't hide that. Yeah. But I understand people hiding that because, it's like people can steal identities or something like that. But I think it's actually pretty strong. It feels pretty strong to start situations like, just like Paul Heyman. "Hi," or not, well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. It just sounds like, it sounds more definite and powerful. Be like, "Hey, this is Joe Carabeo." Just getting used to saying like, "Hi, hey, I'm Joe.
My name is Elias."
Yeah, my name is Elias. Who wants to walk with Elias?
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Because like in a way, it's like because you got to get people. I guess that's the next level
to
of
know your name.
Yeah. So you just
Well, that's like a beginner's mistake that I did. I'll tell you guys. Like when I first started doing comics, I don't know why I did this. Why I did this is
hello.
like
Bye.
I did not include my name on the cover at all. Like I put the book title.
Yeah.
But it had no name. Like, and then on the inside front cover, like in tiny print.
By the way,
not like it wasn't like 6 point or something small like that. But it was like 10, 11, 12 point, tiny type, like, by Carolyn Belefski. Like, that's what it sounds like. Like, the typography speaks, like, as a designer, I know typography speaks. And that's literally what I did, like, when I was first starting out. And I mean, looking back on it, I'm like, that's so stupid, but I guess I had to learn the mistake,
So I guess you're hiding.
Yeah, it wasn't like I didn't want people to know, but I don't think I was hiding. I think I was actually trying to... I didn't think I deserved my name on the book.
It was a confidence thing.
It was a confidence thing because how when you look at like bestsellers, it's like James Patterson. I don't even know that author, but it's
James
it's like
Patterson. That's a good name.
No, but I think there's an author like that.
James
but
Patterson?
sometimes like their names are bigger than the actual title of the book, or it will say like Stephen King. The Shield, like the typography. The type. I don't know what's his books. I don't know the name, but I'm just like I'm making up the title.
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, but it's like, like sometimes the name of the person speaks louder. So like if I was to look at a Stephen King book, which I don't have in front of me, but it's saying like it reads Stephen King. The Shield, and you're
thinking
the title's smaller.
But were you thinking like, oh, I don't want to be that person.
Yes, I was thinking that. And this is like probably my early 20s. Like I don't know why. And then I was like, I used to go around and like meet other cartoonists before the shows, and I would go face to face and like introduce. I have no problem introducing myself and talking to people in real life, which is funny that like I had no problem doing that. But then I didn't really put my name on the cover. But one of the cartoonists, I think it was like Frank Camiso, was like, he was like, oh, let me ask you a question. Like, why is your name not on it? And I was like, oh, is it supposed to be on it? Like, I like seriously did not know. Like,
it's like you turned in a test paper without like putting your name on
I
it.
like didn't know. And it's like, and then he's like, yeah, you're supposed to put your name on a book. And he like, was looking around and showing books. And I'm like, oh, he's right. And ever since then, I have put my name on it. I haven't put it as bigger than the title because I don't, again, it's a confidence thing. Like, I'm definitely not a level of like a Stephen King, like that. You have to be like a household name, to do that. But, like now I have my name on there, which is great. But also, you talk about handing in a test paper. Like when I knew this before when I was doing the comics, when I was like teaching kids how to draw and stuff, like I always said, oh, always put your name on it. Like you're drawing anything, you know, I'm like, oh, so make sure you sign your name. Like I would always say that stuff to the kids, but then it's funny that I didn't do that for myself.
And you didn't listen to your own teachings there. And then you practiced writing your name too. If there's one thing that you did, you'd really, really hammered out what the Carolyn signature was.
I always like practiced my signature like in high school.
I mean, I did the same thing too. I really like signatures. Paul Pope. Yeah. I wish I can sign my name backwards like how Paul Pope signed his name backwards.
That is so cool.
That's one of the main things. But yeah, like being able to, I know that sounds really like rudimentary or really just like basic and simple, but just like saying your name is actually like, it's the best way to almost start an introductory to anybody.
Yeah. But sometimes it is hard. Like for example, like again, I can talk to almost anybody, but yeah. But I like for like Jimmy Jacobs, I was like afraid to talk to him.
You're afraid to talk to Jimmy Jacobs?
He's like the only person I'm afraid to talk to.
Is that when you were walking around with Laura outside when we were watching ROH?
I was not gonna go up to him there because that's like personal. But when he was signing,
yeah, but you had to pay for a signing though.
But I think that's what part of me's scared.
You're like, well, I gotta pay $5 just to talk to him.
I think it's like 20 or something.
Well, that's even better. Pay 20 just to talk to him. Well, that's if you buy something. They're not paying for a conversation.
I didn't have like the DVD. Like now, I have his DVD unsigned.
So now you have a reason.
I have a reason to like go up to him and be like, "Oh, can you sign my DVD?"
I love the fact that you're a zombie princess. Zombie princess Jimmy Jacobs.
I love your nail polish. Like I don't know. I was for some reason scared to do. And then I remember like I was talking to like first of all, I don't even know who these people are sometimes. Like,
Who?
but I was talking to like Howard Shakin.
I don't even. Who's that?
He's like somebody that's very important.
Yeah,
in
Howard
comics.
Shakin. I've seen that name before.
Apparently,
I'm not good with faces.
You know what though? Apparently, I didn't know who he was. I didn't even know who he was. But apparently, like, and I was talking to him, and then like afterwards, like another guy that was there was like, I can't believe that you, like,
that's a famous person right there.
yeah, like
Haha.
that, like I can't believe that you just talked to him. And I was like, what do you mean? What's going on?
Don't you know he's famous?
And they're like
He's a big shot.
They're like, he changed the industry and like all this stuff. And I was
I don't know if they said that.
I don't know, man, but I'm just saying, like, I was just like, oh, I seriously don't know these people. Like, and and I had a fine conversation, whatever, but I'm not like afraid. I'm not, I have never been afraid. I have not been afraid to talk to anybody so far except for Jimmy Jacobs, which is really scary.
That's not true. You probably have been,
I talked to Jon Stewart.
You're not as bad as I am talking to, people like that you're fans of or admire in a certain sense.
I talked to Gerard Way.
Yeah.
Like, as a human being.
But we didn't say our names, though. We go, hi, Gerard Way. I'm Joe Carabeo.
Hi, Gerard Way.
Just say the whole entire name.
What's his middle name? Like, if I knew his middle name. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Francis Albert Sinatra.
Francis Albert Sinatra.
I'm Carolyn Belefski. How are you? Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't get anxious around people, though. Like, and that's kind of a cool thing. But it is kind of awkward about, like, I guess the commitment you have to your name, and at that time that I didn't put my name on the cover. It's almost like now it feels at one point on social media it felt so dirty to be like, look at my comic, like my stuff.
Well, wasn't the same thing
me.
Back then in social media like several years ago or I don't think Instagram was there, but Twitter.
No.
We didn't even have our names out there. It was like some sort of like like Dexter 55 or something like that. Like, it was,
my goodness. Everyone
had some sort of crazy beside them, but now everything's straight up like, that's their whole name,
Yeah.
We're not even, like, the social internet's not the social,
because people want validated.
Also, it's like,
I saw on, like, the Twitter, you can validate yourself now. You can apply to get, like, that check mark. The blue,
verified?
Like a blue check mark.
I want to verify myself.
I saw it, but I was like, I forget what they asked. And they were, like, asking for your phone number and this and that. And I was like, I really don't want to give Twitter my phone number. And I was like, I don't need that check mark.
But you want that star, don't you? You want that blue star,
it wasn't
star.
It wasn't worth it for me.
That seems like a challenge to do.
I like seriously didn't want to give them my phone number, even though they can probably like buy it or find it, because Facebook actually can buy your stuff. That's what they do now.
Well, really, like anytime, like even right now, it's like when you sign on to anything on your phone or whatever, they ask you, do you allow Facebook to upload or record audio and stuff like that.
Have access to your photos.
Have access to your photos. Like, there you go, right there. You gave them access to spy and do it like the Dark Knight style, where Lucius Fox was like, no one man should have all this power. No.
I mean, yeah, you're giving them access to your machine, and that's kind of frightening. Like, I get it. They probably need access to like upload photos, so they need your whole photo library.
It is a back door.
They literally can look at all your photos.
Yeah, and it's like such an awesome, like reverse psychology way of saying like, hey, we need this so you can post your stuff, but we need to look. But now the door is open. But
that's what the whole thing with like Twitter was like. We need your phone number, but I was like, no, you don't. Like,
no, you don't.
I was like, I don't think it's worth being verified so that they have my phone number. Seriously. But imagine all like the celebrities that are verified. That means that Twitter has their phone numbers.
That's true.
So if anyone wanted to get the phone numbers, then you could hack into the phone.
Or the people's, that's the way to go. That's the best way. That's the best way to handle it.
But what's crazy that Facebook does is like, if they know that you are a valid customer that they want to keep,
yeah,
like they end up buying your records of like what your house is, like what school you went to. Of course, some people all volunteer this information, but they're also looking up your credit scores, what things you buy. Like they pay other companies to research you so they know more about you.
So they can buy stuff. So
yeah.
we can buy stuff for our good.
Exactly.
They're spying on us for our own good.
Yep. They know how much, like, demographics you fit in, what personality you are, what race you are, how much you make,
how much
income.
How much you weigh.
They know it all.
They know it all. Who's your crush? The wave of the future, spying for our own good. Well, there you go. That's today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it is. Podcember, 31 days of podcasting. The Carolyn and Joe Show, bringing to you daily.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Daytona
done.
500.
What?
I said Daytona.
Daytona.
That'd be a cute fish.
So-
Daytona 500.
This show is brought to you by Astray Productions. Check them out at AstrayProductions.com. Also, check out my work at joecarabeo.com. Go astray.tumblr.com. Download this song you hear in the background, Run by Monday Mistress. Check it out. Buy it if you like that song. It's only 99 cents. Only 99 cents.
How much is the whole album?
Times 9. It might be $10. It might be something. Buy the whole album. Buy the whole entire album. Where can they find you, Carolyn?
They can find me at carolynbelefski.com. I'm also on the socials. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at Carolyn Belefski. And I have a Patreon. So check that out if you want to get some behind-the-scenes extras. You can also pledge to that.
And of course, CarolynandJoeShow.com, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, wherever you find the podcasting. And you know what? We're going to see you tomorrow.
Today.
No, we're going to see them tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, December 2nd.
Yes. Or December 3rd. We'll be back. We're going to be back tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you meant in person at McKay's.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you at McKay's, too.
Today.
We'll see you today at McKay's. We'll see you today at McKay's. But tune in again tomorrow. If you have questions, DM us, DM us, Facebook, wherever you want to go, however you want to find us. But just do that thing, man. Do that thing. Thank you for listening. My name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
Be excellent to each other. Let them know, Carolyn.
You're bona fide.